My grandfather, my dad, came here in 1927. It was a real integrated city, and it was a blue-collar city. So there wasn't those issues.
When Waukegan applied for federal permission to enforce immigration law last month, controversy surrounded the Latino organizers who came from Chicago to help the city's majority Hispanic population.
The undocumented immigrant has so little voice. If then they need the group to come in and help, then I say fine, more power in numbers.
And numbers are exactly what the Latino organizing movement is about. On May 1st, 2006, nearly 500,000 pro-immigrant right marchers took to Chicago's streets. Latinos came to Illinois in the late 1800s to work in stockyards and on railroads. But only in the past decade has the community organized for more rights on such a large scale.
So to everyone, I know, shock and surprise. We saw the tremendous turnout that we saw in May 1st of this year. It was the largest march in the country, surpassed everyone's idea of what the number would be, and certainly for me just says this is a people's moment.
Spanish language media is a large reason for the growth in the organizing movement. Radio hosts marched up front in recent rallies.
Media has played both, an activist role in some cases, but also more importantly, I think that we have provided a voice to them. It's not one family, it's not one individual, it's a story that's affecting a whole community, so we have to cover that.
But there are many organizations involved in the push for Latino rights, and they're not all on the same page. Rosa Reyes-Prosen is the executive director of SARE Waukegan, a Latino social services group. She said the organizations that staged protests and boycotts divided her community and forced neighbors to shut their doors on one another.
I've learned that there is good and bad in all cultures. And there's a richness that we can take from each culture, be it African American, be it our own that we learn more about.
Reyes-Prosen wants the community to come to the table instead of the picket line and focus on creating dialogue. Despite their differing perspectives, Reyes-Prosen and Torres are part of a coalition that is trying to create common goals among Latino rights groups in Waukegan. The Hispanic community now has the numbers to demand being heard, but organizers want to make sure the message they deliver is unified.
We're all sort of have worked out our piece of the terrain that we're working on. I think most of our efforts are complementary to each other, but I would love to say that it's strategic and cohesive and we all know what the other is doing.
Ambreen Ali, Medill News Service, Chicago.
People, unite!